Hello, anyone and everyone. I am Echo, and today we are exploring the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. We are here with all the pieces set up, a series of events showing what happened in this little scene, or whatever you want to call it. And we have to basically try and decipher the order everything happened in. So, I think this seems good, this makes sense. The old guy picked up the rock. That seems logical, like the first thing that would happen. Or maybe not, actually. Because in this scene, this is clearly where the old guy would have attacked the younger guy. Right? So this would have to happen. This would have to happen after him picking up the rock, but if the guy is standing over here, seemingly about to get in the train, if the old guy did attack him here, there should be some blood or something. Seems to make more sense for the guy to have attacked him over here, but then that would mean... Alright, well, we'll just tag it. We can change the number at any time, seemingly. You know what? New theory. This happened first. The guy tied the kid up to the tracks. Then the guy walks over here, and he starts putting fuel in the train. Old man sees him. Now that's the 3. Oh, thank you. The game automatically changed it. Awesome. Old man sees him doing the fuel and sees the kid. Comes over. Actually, it doesn't make any sense. Wait a minute. No, the old guy would have... That's right. Herp derp. This would have to be the second thing. Because even if the old guy saw him, the old guy has the rock in his hands in that scene, currently marked 2. So he would have had to have picked up the rock first. And come over here. Sees this dude fueling the train. And smacks his head. Could this be number 4? Let me see. Can we see the back of his head? Does it look wounded? Not yet. Not in this scene. But in the ones where he's crawling on the ground, his head was clearly wounded, right? Or maybe not? No, it doesn't look wounded in that. It looked wounded in this one, though, right? Oh. Never mind. It's really annoying. It doesn't, as far as I can tell, it doesn't look wounded in any of the ghost scenes. His body had the wound on it, though. His dead body definitely had a wound on the head. So I'm gonna guess... This is just my first initial guess. Guy tied the kid up to the tracks. Old man saw him fueling it, grabbed the rock, came over here, said, presumably talked to him, and didn't attack him right away. Maybe they were partners, maybe they planned on doing something with the kid, but then the old guy changed his mind, because then the dude walked over here and was leaning down for some reason. Guy knocked him out, put him on the tracks, drove forward the train to run him over. And this would be the 5. Obviously, these 2 happened last. I think that's pretty obvious. Guy got hit, crawled over here. And that's another thing to... Because obviously these 2 happened last because the guy's dead in these 2 events. This one would have to have happened 4th. Because this is where he was when he crawled away. This is where the blood trail is. So it would have had to have happened right before this. So that's the 5th. Little guy comes over. Guy keeps crawling somehow. Even though the old guys, by this point, hit him over the head and run him over with the train. Guy still manages to keep going. He's a freaking tryhard. This dude right here. And, yeah, I guess old man just watches him to make sure he dies before throwing away the, crankshaft. Alright. Spacebar to visualize.
Listen to me. We can destroy it. I know how.
You can't destroy it, Ethan. You can't destroy time. And that's what he is. He is forever.
Gail, honey, I wish there was another way. Travis, tell me where Ethan is, now.
I'm giving the sleeper what he wants. What all of us want. Look, old man, you need to go home.
Okay, so he hit him in this part. That's fine. That still works with the chronology, I guess. Okay, and Ethan untied himself. I guess the old man didn't see him.
No.
Ethan, run, goddammit! Go! Get out of here! Travis, close your eyes.
Looks like we got it. Cool. Alright, so, oh, cool, we're back in control. Oh, and now we have another thing to follow. Awesome. Okay. It's going down there. Alright. We'll follow that in just a second. I want to just clarify something. So, apparently, the wound on his head was caused by the old man beating his head in with the crank. With the crankshaft. That's fine, that works and that makes sense and everything, but I think that's a little bit misleading because obviously from the rock, the fact that the rock even was a part of the equation implies that something was done with the rock, and the most obvious thing with the, options we were given was that the old man hit him in the back of the head with the rock. And on top of that, the rock, when we picked it up, had blood on it. So again, implying that the rock is what caused the head wound. So it's just sort of, I guess it sort of unnecessarily complicated the puzzle by having it be not the rock, but the crankshaft that gave him the head wound. And that's a little annoying, in my opinion, but I guess in the end it didn't really matter. It's still, the series of events still made the most sense in one particular way, I guess. But it would have helped. Like, it just would have made things go smoother if in, like, this event, or maybe the one before it, that we could have clearly seen a wound on the back of his head. Not the one before it, because the one before it is when he got hit. But this one, if we could have clearly seen a wound on the back of his head, then that would have made things, just smoother to figure out, because we would have known that at that point, or right before it, that he got hit with the rock. Also, kind of interesting that the old man basically came up with intentions of violence before even knowing that Ethan was possibly going to be killed by Travis. The old man, obviously he knew that Travis had kidnapped Ethan, so he was, coming up there to get him back. But kind of funny that he went and attacked him before Ethan was even obviously in danger. But, oh well. Totally deserved it. Travis guy sounds crazy. But, yeah, one thing that I cannot help pointing out is just how awesome the setting of all this is, because it has all the makings of a like Twin Peaks style small town mystery, with Travis being kind of crazy and like talking about what did he say, the sleeping one or the something like that. He was talking about some like, you know, dark mysterious master of his that he's doing all this for, that the reason he kidnapped Ethan. And of course, from the setting Red Creak Valley that we're in, all of this has that vibe to it that I really like. There aren't enough stories, aren't enough games in general that I think do this setting justice of, you know, the small town that's like out in the middle of nowhere and cut off from the rest of the civilization, and so really weird stuff goes on there because, you know, if you put a group of people in a confined space, weird stuff's gonna happen.
Grandpa? Stay away!
Ethan, I'm sick too. I can feel the sleeper in my head.
Then fight it! I have to destroy the room!
Corvus, I'm sorry. Ethan,
Oh no!
I can't let you do that.
Okay.
Whatever had turned Ethan's family against him, the grandfather was trying to resist. Age helps against those things that feed on hate. Not because of wisdom or experience. Because the old are tired. Their hate is less useful.
That's actually... God damn. That was actually a really good line. Normally, the, like, sort of pseudo-poetic stuff like that sounds a little bit forced to me. But that line was actually really good. I like that. Helps that the voice acting is great so far. I mean, it's not the best voice acting I've ever heard. The old man's voice acting probably been a little bit better, but it wasn't bad by any means. I really like the main character. Pablo Prospero. Paul Prospero, something like that. Prospero. I'll just call him Prospero because I know that one's... I know that's correct. That's his last name, Prospero. I don't remember his first name. But yeah, supernatural stuff going on right away. Presumably, Ethan has some type of psychic powers similar to our main character, Prospero. Because at the beginning of the game it explained that Ethan could see the alternate world or whatever that Prospero talked about. And also with his family apparently getting possessed by the sleeper. That's yeah, I like that. I like where this is going. Also, I know we're probably supposed to go over there. That seems like the obvious path, which is surprising for what I heard was a big open world game. It's kind of, so far, I mean, it's only the beginning of the game. It's only the beginning, so I'm not going to make any judgments or anything here, but it's surprisingly easy to understand where we're expected to go. Also, big rock walls with invisible... Hey, wait a minute. What the hell is that? Okay, yeah, we can't make it up here. Okay, so that's how they close us in, so we can't walk too far. They just put a bunch of really big rocks. But that looks like there's something glowing over there. What the hell is that? Huh. That doesn't look natural. Huh. This is just a memory puzzle. Oh. Okay, yeah, we're getting into some serious, like, supernatural stuff here. It's the astronaut from Lifeless Planet. We did a memory puzzle exactly like the one from Lifeless Planet, and now we're following the main character. Okay. Alright, well, hey. Thank God for the run button, I guess. So I'm guessing he's a ghost? Why are you taking us in circles, man? We just passed the TV screen thing from before. Is he just leading us back to the stupid... He's leading us back to the train station, isn't he? Or... not? Do I have to follow him in there? Oh, this doesn't look pleasant. Ooh. Okay. Well, at least the weird spaceship thing is padded. That's nice. Are we going out into outer space? That's a little random. Yeah, we're through a wormhole. Okay. Damn it, I shouldn't have followed the... I shouldn't have followed the ghost astronaut man. Can I go back to the train station? I'd like to have my feet planted somewhat in reality. I'd much prefer that, thank you. Oh. Okay. There's a whole bunch of these out here. The hell's the point of all this? Okay. Can we interact with anything in this room? Oh, we got a note. Read the note. Yeah, sure. Zoom in. Whoops. Okay, fangs. The beast had fangs, but was heavy and slow, so when it saw the light in the sky, it waited, thinking the light would go out, like the others, before it. When it did not, the beast stood, rose up on its legs, and went to the place where the fire was still burning. As the orange light died, another took its place. This one was blue, a bright and pure blue that the creature had only seen along the edges of the stars. The beast showed its fangs, and the light vanished. A moment later, the light appeared again, between two distant trees. The beast wanted to go home, but could not ignore the light, so it chased it deeper into the forest. Okay. Except...
Get out of my room, Travis!
Stories, stories. Always with the stories.
Get out!
I read the Fangs one. I liked the Beast. At least he gets to leave this goddamn place.
Oh. Okay. Is this the... Yeah, it's the same one. Go back, I guess. Okay. Interesting. And there's another one. Gaylord! Okay. Abstruse Tales, America's Finest Science Fiction. Yellow Hills of Mars by Douglas Spalding. Okay. Oh, this is just the cover of a magazine. Abstruse Tales, America's Finest Science Fiction, featuring Yellow Hills of Mars by Douglas Spalding. Plus Julian West, Michael Ard, and Clarence Carlyle. Travis's Defacement, Gaylord. Okay. Well, Travis is clearly a dick. No wonder the sleeper loved his hate so much. Okay, so that was... that was weird. So it had us do a memory puzzle with a bunch of weird supernatural television things poking out of a pole in the middle of a forest. So then we followed a ghost astronaut who led us to a space capsule that abducted us and took us into outer space just so we could read a note and get a glimpse into the past of what Ethan's life was like before his family was being possessed by the sleeper. Okay. That's fine, but I would have preferred just being able to, like, walk along the road, look to the left. Oh, look, there's a hut out in the middle of the forest. It's a landmark. Landmarks usually mean that there's important stuff there in video games. So using my own, natural curiosity, I'd walk out to the landmark, see the note, see the torn magazine cover, read them, and get the exact same experience without the weird supernatural alien jargon stuff filling up time and distracting me from the plot. That would have been preferred. But I guess it wasn't bad the way they did it either. Suppose it does still require the same level of curiosity and, sort of self-fulfillment or whatever you want to call it. The same drive to go out and look at something that looks interesting. It requires that same action from the player to have noticed the pole sticking up with the weird TV screens on it and then go out and examine that. So, alright, fine. Still, I think it could have been done better. I will complain as much as I want. So, train station. Anything going on here? I feel like we're already getting quite a lot of story details so far. All we've done really is solve one puzzle and follow the ghost astronaut dude. So to have gotten this much story detail in such a small amount of time is actually very nice. I like that. A lot. I'm not gonna say a lot because I mean I haven't played the majority of narrative-based indie games or anything like that, but I get the impression that quite a lot of narrative-based indie games tend to space out their story. Like Lifeless Planet, when I played that, it was nice. I liked the story, and I did get, it had stuff happening in the story from beginning to end, but the story of Lifeless Planet asked a lot of questions and didn't give you any of the answers to those questions until, like, the last 1/4 or maybe 1/3 of the game. It sort of pushed all the actual story details until the end. And up to that point was just sort of building up the intrigue and the mystery of it all. This game is doing both. It's building up intrigue and mystery at the beginning, but it's given us a lot of actual details and filled in.
No trains have been through here for a long time. That was part of a pattern. Large pieces of this country were thrown away, doomed to become, and then remain, the worst versions of themselves. Beneath all that rot, dark things grow.
Okay. But yeah, so far this game has already filled in quite a lot of actual story details and actually told us what happened, while at the same time building mystery, and I like that. I think that's a much better alternative to simply building up a lot of mystery and vague stuff and then suddenly dumping all the answers on the player at the end. But anyway, enough complaining. I don't want to be comparing this to other games that I've played constantly. I suppose that's a bit of a habit of mine, but it's one that I would prefer to avoid. Anything over here? Looks like a dead end. But dead ends can be fun. No? Okay. There doesn't seem to be a night and day cycle, but I do partially wish that the game had a flashlight, because the the forest can get a little bit dark. Gotta say. I mean, I suppose, it's not pitch black or anything. It's just, you know, like, for example, if there were things hidden here, this would be pretty dark, and it would be possible for those things to blend in. So a flashlight would be nice. But I suppose maybe the developers thought of that. I haven't actually found an example yet of something that was hidden in a spot that was so dark I couldn't see it. Then again, I'm only near the beginning of the game. But who knows? Maybe I'm preemptively complaining about something that isn't even a problem. Okay, train tracks keep going that direction. And then there's what looks like the main part of the town over there. And that is floodgates, I guess, for when it rains heavily, if the lake tries to flood and wash everyone out. That's what it looks like, as far as I can tell. Okay, what's up here? Rocks? Just rocks. Just looks like rocks. Okay. Let's pick up the pace. Run through these woods. I want to follow the train tracks a little bit, see what's over here, if there is anything over here. And again, rocks. Smash down on the train tracks. And the rocks are actually clipping through the train tracks this time. Don't like that, but okay. Yeah, I'm not actually seeing much of an open world here. Maybe my definition of an open world is a little bit more strict than other people's. But all I'm seeing... Ooh. All I'm seeing is a linear game with very, very wide paths. But we are definitely very much put on a path. I haven't seen any, like, multiple directions I could have chosen to go in. Game isn't giving us much of a option of, like, jumping down there or anything like that. I mean, it's not super, we're not super railroaded, despite the literal railroad that we were following for a portion of that. What's with the red lights? That's weird. That's really crazy. When I was over there, at the spot where we were by the little shack, where I read the note. Yeah, I see them again. Some more red dots. I thought I saw them, and I thought it was my imagination. Maybe I was just seeing, like, orange or red leaves. But they seem more distinct now. And some green dots as well. Unless I'm coming down with some type of sickness, maybe those dots aren't even showing up in the recording. Maybe it's on my eyes. But I'm quite sure there are literally red and occasionally green dots coming from the trees. That's a little freaky. Okay. Anyway, I passed by this bench without looking at it. I want to make sure there's nothing over here that I can miss. Oh, okay. Alright. And what's all this crap on the ground? Oh. Just a whole bunch of rocks for some reason? Okay. Whatever. That's fine, I guess. Don't know why people would be leaving rocks all over the place, but... You know, If that's what they want to do, then it's their town, not mine. I don't live here. Ah. I saw some screenshots of this. I was actually looking for shots to use for the thumbnails for these videos. I saw this house, and I have to say, whoever lives there is freaking crazy. I could never live on a house that's, like, literally a couple feet away from falling over a cliff. It's crazy. Also, oh, that's the quarry there. He mentioned, I think it was, wait a minute, did he actually mention a quarry? Or am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of something else. But that's a quarry. There you go, that's a quarry. That's what a quarry looks like, ladies and gentlemen. And, yeah, okay, so now we are in the town proper. This is the town proper that we are at. And I'm out of time for this episode, unfortunately, so, okay. Hey, who doesn't mind playing games at a snail's pace and barely making any progress? I don't mind. I hope you don't either. And the red lights are getting super aggressive. Holy crap. Okay. We'll check those out next episode. I hope you all have enjoyed this. I hope you all continue to enjoy it. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.